think that no matter what you have, you need to come in with a mindset of gratitude and gratefulness.
What is your name, and how would you say others describe your energy as?
My name is Ruhi Alikhan. I believe my agents would describe, and my clients would describe my energy as pretty positive. I am someone who actually always preaches to be positive and put positive energy out there. I think positive energy is linked to your mindset as well. I think that if you look at the world in a more positive way, so the glass half full as opposed to the glass half empty, you take a different outlook on life, and that comes from your energy or place of abundance. I think that no matter what you have, you need to come in with a mindset of gratitude and gratefulness. And that puts you in a place of abundance where no matter what you are doing, whether your business is very full and busy or you're having a slower workflow and you're not getting clients, the law of positive energy and positive attraction, I believe, is huge. And it all starts with your mindset. You go in with an attitude and an energy of helping others. And when you put that out there, I believe that you get back more than you actually anticipate. I always tell my agents, don't have commission breath. It's not about the commission. Don't think about the commission. Don't calculate the commission. Think about how you're going to help this family and how you're going to change their lives. And usually that is, if you come from that place, you end up doing a lot better for your clients. And honestly, your clients can feel that energy. That's kind of where I come from, is I want to work to help you. I want to help you, whether it's in your business, to build your business, or it's somewhere where you're starting out. Want to buy a house or your first investment property. I want to do what I can so that you remember me and you know that if you work with anyone else, you're not going to get that energy.
Can you give me please 3 examples of energies that you've experienced that wasn't working for you?
You know, sometimes when you work with someone, you are walking into a situation that may have been a situation that someone else was dealing with. So let me give you an example. There are times I get called by sellers whose home has been sitting on the market, and it's sitting on the market for one reason or another. And they're frustrated beyond belief. They don't know why their home isn't selling. And anyone who's come in before me or my team has promised them the world and hasn't been able to obviously sell the property. And so by 90 days later or 120 days later of a property sitting on the market, the client's frustrated. You can see that the property now with the internet has been on the market for that long, and it's got some negative energy because of the days on market are accumulating. And so overall, we come in and have to shift that energy. And it's hard because sometimes the seller is frustrated and they're in a position of not being open or receptive to you. And, it's kind of like they've been in a bad relationship and they are scared of stepping into another relationship. And so you need to come in with complete open energy and honesty and integrity and be able to show them what it is that you do and maybe what happened that you can see as an outsider over the 120 days that prevented their home from selling. And that could be a number of things. It could be the house was priced incorrectly, it wasn't presented properly, maybe, the market was bad, and that's, a part of it. But you need to be able to come in with that positive energy to show them, these are the things you see and how you're going to change that for them moving forward. So, but the energy comes from you. So if you take your positive energy and you kind of ray it out to them and help them understand that, listen, I understand what you've been through. I've been in the business long enough where I can tell you it's one of these 3 things. Your home didn't sell, and this is what we're going to do to make it better. But my clients know me for this. I always say positive energy, positive thoughts, because their energy and their thoughts work towards selling their home. So that's one example. Another example is when you are dealing with someone maybe in the family who doesn't want to sell the house. And I'll never forget, I had a listing in Danville, And these clients had come to me wanting to sell the property. They'd interviewed 4 different agents. They'd selected our team. And we had sat on the market for a little bit longer than our days on market, our team's average days on market, which maybe are 8 days or 10 days in that specific market. And I couldn't understand. We had a lot of showings. People loved the property. We just weren't seeing offers. And our team usually follows up with any of the agents who've shown the home. And so we were following up, and even those agents were baffled because they were like, our clients love the house. I just don't know why they're not making an offer. And so I sat with my clients and I was just sharing that, information with them. And my clients were telling me about their daughter and, that how happy their daughter was that we hadn't received an offer. And all of a sudden that light bulb went off and I was like, oh, hold on. She doesn't want to sell the house? And they said, no, Ruhi, she doesn't want to sell the house because she's grown up here and she loves the house and she's really upset that we're moving out of the area. And then I realized that the daughter's energy was affecting the sale of the home. We had a conversation and we talked about some of the things, and believe it or not, a week later, we had 3 offers on that property. Energy does matter.
How do you stay grounded in a scenario like that where you're getting different kinds of energy?
I think that's a great question. I mean, you're always going to deal with people with different energy, right? We deal with a lot of divorces. There's different energies, families where there's different energies, like your example. The most important thing is, as the realtor or the broker there, you need to ground your energy and you need to understand everyone's, points of view. Most of the time, the parents don't involve the kids, right? The kids aren't really decision makers per se. But I always want to know if a child, for instance, we go walk into a house and we're looking at the house and everyone loves the house except a child. I want to know what it is that they don't love about it, why they prefer maybe another home. Sometimes it has to do with the house, the way it was staged or decorated. They liked how that house was because it had a foosball table in it, for instance, right? So it really depends, and it depends on the age of the child. But I really love to know the family as a whole. And I want, whether it's, a young child or an older child, I want them to be happy because that energy will carry for that family in that home. I think as a realtor or a broker, you need to connect with everyone in the family. And I'm going to add a funny story there. I had gone into a listing, and in that listing, I was one of, several agents being interviewed. And in came their dog. And my clients, were kind of watching the dog and kind of having a conversation with each other. And by the end of my interview, I found out that I was not only being interviewed by Mr. and Mrs. Seller, but their dog as well.
Oh, wow.
The dog, they told me after I got the listing that he would be barking at all the other agents. And the fact that I was so calm and so, just my energy was such that their dog actually was okay with me. And they were worried about, having to show the house and the dog reacting. And so energies matter, whether it's your family or your pets.
That is very true, and thank you for sharing that. That is important.